And now, Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Eric Ash.
All right, we have one more day of nice weather. We warm up pretty well. Pocatello will see 80 degrees today, and the rest of us will be in the upper 70s. Mostly sunny skies throughout the day. Tomorrow, weather is coming. Central Mountains for today, sunny skies. Temperatures in the lower to the mid 70s. And for the Highlands, West Wyoming, clouds will begin to increase probably in the lunchtime hour and continue from there in the early afternoon and until the weather comes for you in the evening. Temperatures low 70s, upper 60s, and Yellowstone down to 62 degrees. Those were your highs. Now your low temperatures, low 50s, upper 40s for the Snake River Plain. Partly cloudy skies. Central Mountains, partly cloudy skies, 40s, except Stanley at 38 degrees. You can see our lows are much warmer than yesterday. No frost advisory. Tonight for the Highlands and West Wyoming, storms will begin. You'll see some activity begin late after dinner time, perhaps bedtime, and they will continue throughout the overnight hours and increase all day tomorrow and then into a little bit of Saturday, probably resolving into some isolated storms. Low 40s, Yellowstone at 36 for the low temperatures. And now for the Southeast Idaho Chevy dealer, 7-day forecast. Pocatello, our active weather arrives on Friday with winds, potential for some small, in thunderstorm cases, potential for some small hail up to a 1/4 inch, and outflow gusts from these storms can be up to 40 miles per hour. 80-degree day today, upper 70s for the weekend, and then touching 80-degree days starting next week. We have another system of weather that is expected to impact us in the middle of next week, or early to middle next week. Idaho Falls, similar to Pocatello, a bit more active on Friday with the rumbles of thunder. Temperatures are a few degrees lower, 70s, and then 80-degree days starting at the work week, start of the work week next week. For Rexburg, more windier conditions on Friday and continuing showers and isolated storms on Saturday. Temperatures mostly in the 70s and then rising into the upper 70s. Now for the Central Mountains, stormy, windier conditions are expected to begin on Friday, continuing into Saturday. Sunday may have some an isolated storm here or there, but other than that, mostly cloudy. And then our next weather system, area of low pressure, will begin, a new one, will begin to affect us next week. Temperatures mostly in the lower part of the 70s. Now, rainfall for the Teton area can be 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. Your activity storms will begin tonight throughout Friday, and then will probably resolve into isolated storms on Saturday. Hello, and welcome back, and good morning. The big picture once more, we've got a low pressure that has developed off the coast of California. It is slowly trekking towards our area. It will move into the Great Basin tomorrow, or excuse me, later today and into tomorrow, and this will provide our active weather starting tomorrow. Now for the Highlands, it will create some activity later tonight and then into tomorrow, as well as into Sunday. This ridge, there's a ridge of high pressure right here, if you would say the most, not prominent, but the highest peak of what if this was a mountain range, starts in the Mexico-Texas area and kind of rides up to the Central Mountains. So a lot of our low pressure systems have been riding around this. There's also a tropical storm Brett over east of the Caribbean, and to help you further understand about high pressure, depending where that large dominant high pressure area is in the Atlantic, hurricanes will always ride around that high pressure. So the National Hurricane Center in Miami usually pays attention to what that high pressure does in order to try to figure out where that hurricane tropical storm may go. Look forward into the future for today for our region. You can see across the whole region, there's not a whole lot of activity going on until later in the evening time. We see some activity begin to pop up towards the higher elevated areas. Now for the Highlands, over the Wyoming border area here, and especially Montana as well, but for our neck of the woods, do expect some thunderstorm activity to begin probably after dinner time and into the bedtime hours start to see development, and then continue throughout Friday and into Saturday with some isolated areas. No frost advisory until 9 a.m. should be our last morning with that. We have no flood issuances, but a thunderstorm may change these rivers. They're still pretty high.